Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Today is October the 26th, Saturday. I usually don't make videos on Saturdays, but I have some free time. My husband's gone, so let's make the most of it. I wanted to share with y'all some good news about the election. Now, you need to just stop watching all these polls. You need to just stop watching cable TV, cable news, and all that. Ignore all these. It's going to be a close race. It's really, really close. It's not a close race. It's not. There's a huge blue wave. I mean, it's just enormous. There's so many people that are voting for Kamala Harris, and it's in the bag. It is in the bag. But let me tell you about the things Maga is trying to do to interfere with this election, to stop this momentum, because they know, they can see clearly what's going on. Maga is filing lawsuits after lawsuits to silence voters. I believe in Michigan, they sued to kick more voters off the voting rolls because there were so many young people that were registering to vote. So they thought, well, this has got to be fraudulent, This can't be real. It's real. These people are really, really motivated and fired up and wanting to vote. But instead of, them just realizing that people want to be heard, they kick them off the roll. Well, let me tell you, that case got kicked out of court, and because there was no evidence that there was any kind of fraud taking place or anything. And who knew that all these young people were going to come out and decide to vote? Who knew? We did. We knew. Democrats knew, because that's what we've been doing. We've been motivating people to go vote. And MAGA knows that all these new voters are going to vote for Kamala Harris. So they're trying to suppress the vote. Didn't work. So that's good news. In Virginia, they did a voter purge. And you can't do that 90 days out from an election. Governor Youngkin, he thought he could just ignore the law, but a judge let him know you cannot do that and told him to restore all those that were purged and let them know that they can go vote. In Michigan and in North Carolina, MAGA filed lawsuits trying to prevent overseas votes from counting. These are our military people, and they're supposed to be for veterans and for the military, but they were trying to prevent these votes from being counted, and from people that are traveling abroad that want to participate in this election. And all these lawsuits were dismissed. And you remember those Georgia Republican electors, they were saying that they weren't going to certify the election. They're saying, everything has to be hand counted. All the ballots have to be hand counted. Well, a judge blocked hand counting ballots, and then another judge ruled that any attempt to not certify the election is illegal, and they better not try it. And there are a whole bunch of other lawsuits out there that are being handled. That's how that MAGA thinks they're going to win this, is by putting up lawsuits and suppressing votes. But it's not working, and it's not going to work, because Democrats have the Republicans' playbook and they're ready for them. Suddenly Republicans are showing up early for voting. And remember, before they used to say, don't go vote early, vote on election day. But now, MAGA is voting early. And that's why we're seeing all these long lines and everything. But don't worry about it. These are just the same people that usually vote on election day. They're just getting it out of the way, and, just like Democrats do. They're following Democrats' lead. And it's not a red wave, so don't worry about that. These are not new voters. A lot of these Republicans are actually voting for Kamala Harris. Trump's not getting new voters. He is only playing to his base. He's not getting new voters. He's actually losing voters. So don't believe the media when they say this is a super, super close race. It's neck and neck. They just want you to keep watching their channel. They just want you to worry about what's going on and tune in and find out, what's happening in this state and that state. And it's a bunch of malarkey. They are just trying to keep you watching their programs. That's all this is. So it's in their best interest to do that. Keep you worried, keep you engaged. Just ignore them. And you know why there's a blue wave? You know why? Because we're not going back. And the good news is that Kamala Harris will be our first female president, and it's overdue, long, long overdue that we finally have a Madam President. And I can't wait to see her being sworn in. So guys, keep up the good work. Y'all are doing a great job, everybody. If you haven't voted, please go vote. If you know somebody that hasn't voted, somebody in your family that maybe is a little lazy or just hasn't done it yet, give them a ride to the poll. Tell them I'll help you out. I'll stand in line with you. You want to go vote? Let's go. Come on. Bring somebody to vote. And there could be somebody that's elderly that don't drive anymore, and you could bring them to the polls. So look around at your neighbors, ask them if they need a ride, if they need some help, and help them get the vote out. But don't worry, you guys. This is a blue wave. It really is. And I know that we're going to have Kamala Harris as our president. So I just wanted to impart a little bit of good news for you guys for this weekend so that y'all aren't stressed out over the weekend and worrying about what things are happening, what's going on. Did you see Trump's last rally? He didn't even show up. He did not even show up for the rally. Yeah, he went on that Joe Rogan show and spent the time talking to him and said to all, I think that it was in Michigan, I think. He was just like, sorry guys, didn't make it. Sorry, everybody came out and spent hours and hours and hours waiting for him, and he never showed up. When are the Republican voters, the trumpets, going to learn their lesson about Trump? He does not care about you. He really, really doesn't. So vote for a person that has your best interest at heart, and that's Kamala Harris. Y'all have a wonderful day. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now. Love you.